First and foremost, before we get started, I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekah Kwadash, and double honors to those great millstone, while unto truth, and also to those elect that is scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom. Come back here today with another great and powerful lesson, the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And the type D lesson is Endtime News, Rfid implants. So I like to say Shalom to all our listen and learn. Hope to help you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start today, let's have a quick Google search here to get to understand the meaning of the definition of what is RFID, or what does it mean, and what are their uses. So I got a quick Google search here to give a little bit more clarification, a little bit more edification on what is RFID implants or microchips. So let's go here. It says radio frequency identification, RFID microchips are small electronic devices that use radio waves to transmit and receive information. So they are commonly used to identify pets and other animals, but can also be implanted in humans. So we're gonna skip the part about these pets because we already know that they first started using them in pets, to help if a pet become lost or some kind of way of a pet become stolen, they can put this chip in them and they can locate them through this chip. So it's all different uses, but we're gonna get into it and also have a video to bring it out with a little bit more edification. Let's go to the part where it said humans. It says here, human microchips or C-hips can contain a unique ID number that links to a database with information about the wearers, such as their identity document, says medical history or medication. Some potential uses for human microchips include automatically opening doors for people's said with disabilities. However, there are also concerns about privacy and security, as well as the potential for abuse. So right here, we knowing that this technology is already here. We goes over these things over and over. We already know them before all hell break loose. We know that they get ready to implement this grain of rice, this microchip, which in fact is this radio frequency, this radio frequency identification microchip. So this is where we at. This is what you call the mark of the beast. A lot of people right now still are saying that this is not that, this is it's not that, saying that that is sin, saying it's all sorts of a crazy thing. But the men of the Lord, we constantly warn you left and right in that. It said, and they shall know that a prophet was among them. When you go to Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 33, we probably get that at the end. So we're seeing right here that these things, this technology is here. So we goes over these things left and right, and also the elder and apostles and bishops of great millstone, tell you, to put out these type of lessons left and right, and also chant down what Babylon the Great. We're ready to get out of here. So we already knowing that what's going on over there in between Putin and in the West and NATO, and also it's already saying that Biden has gave the authorization to use longer range missiles to hit Russian territory. And also now Russia said if that happened, they're going to retaliate, and also it's already rumors that things could go nuclear, so now Putin is changing his nuclear document, so whereby they can use it in other ways, you know what I'm saying? So we already read now knowing that America is a possible target, and also NATO. So we already knowing that the Lord is the one that's going to gather in the nation. The Lord is the one that's going to bring forth this war, not Biden. You know, it's going to all come from who? Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. And also the Lord is the one that's going to bring forth the implementation of this what? This grain of rice, that what? The mark of the beast, when you go to Revelation chapter 13. So we seeing that this technology has already been in play, and this the ultimate goal. We goes over these things left and right. Let's go right here. Say here is some more details about the RFID microchip, or radio frequency identification microchip. It says here size. It's a RFD microchips are about the size of a grain of rice. That's what we goes over left and right. And it says here, compatibility. Salakia, little tongue twister there. It said modern microchips are compatible with universal scanners that can read any international standard organization, said SO microchip. So right here, it's going to be dealing with these the QR codes, these barcode scanners and stuff like tracking and tagging. You understand what I'm saying? Also, it's going to be dealing with your with your biometrics. Also, going to be dealing with buying and selling. You know what I'm saying? Your point of transaction. So one thing about it, this is going to be the new way of doing things. Also, it's going to be digital. Also programmer, also once again under the skin. So we seeing right here the compatibility. So they're gonna use these frequency, these waves, pick up these scanners. That's why they have this 5G technology. This 5G, 6G blockchain technology that's gonna work hand in hand with this. Also that this new currency they're gonna come with. It's gonna work hand in hand with this grain of rice. So all roads are leading to that grain of rice. And also we already knowing once Trump declared this national emergency, this deal where he said he's going to use the military to deport, we already know that's going to be instant martial law, instant lockdown, unrighteous decree, Tartarian law. A lot of these things are coming into play. So let's see what else it says here. It said in insertion. It said microchips are usually inserted under skin via blank. Said once healed, the device is typically not noticeable unless touched. So man, so let's see what else here. That's pretty much why I want to get out of here. But I got a video we're gonna bring out a little bit more, but we're gonna get a couple of precepts. We're gonna come back to it. So we seeing right here. We're gonna go to this video. Salak, let me go back out.
When aliens.
One moment. Let me go back out. The one we're going to use, and you hit it just a little bit, and it turn right. We're going to go to this one here, this 5 minute, 33 minutes, but we're not going to go to it just yet. We're going to go and get a precept or two, and then we'll go back to that video. It says here, Isaiah chapter 36 and verse 6, he said, Lo, thou trusted in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean or depend or trust, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. That all that trust in this new system, or trust into this new way of doing things, or trust in this what I'm trying to say is this technology, that you were going to have to take under the skin. Also, we already know Egypt is the modern day Egypt is America, and also it worked hand in hand with the house of bondage. So one thing about it, and one thing about it, we already know what the modern day Pharaoh is. You know what I'm saying? The king of Egypt, a king of Babylon is the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. So we already know a lot of people going to trust, they're going to depend, they're going to think that it's very convenient, that it's very safe. It already telling you about all the a convenience of it, telling you that, that you can just scan your hand, you can it consists of all your biometrics, everything about you, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be dealing with AI. So they're getting ready to try to mass man and machine together, transhumanism. I always show you all these different movies, what are that, iRobot, what is another one's called Black Mirror. A lot of things that they're constantly putting right in your face, getting you already prepped up. So they're already setting the stage. All we knowing that World War III is constantly brewing, but it's going to be on the Lord's time, not on man's time. So we already knowing that the Lord, He's in perfect control. The Lord is going to bring forth World War III. The Lord is going to bring forth the famine of the world. Also, the Lord is going to bring forth the implementation of this RFD microchip, which in fact is the mark of the beast. Revelation chapter 13, 15 through 18. So we are very close. Let's read this once again. It said Isaiah chapter 36 and verse 6 said, Lo, thou trusted in the staff of this broken reed, or this system, said on Egypt, it's a modern day Egypt. What is America, Babylon the Great, wherein if a man lean, if he trusts or depend of if he trusts in the strength of Egypt, they say it will go into his hand. So what you call, you already know that grain of rice should go into your right hand or into your forehead. These lying wonders. A lot of people is going to get enticed by this counterfeit technology. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, we seeing it happening right before our eyes. A lot of people getting chipped as we speak. And one thing about it, it's going to be mandatory. It's going to be a global event. It's called the hour of temptation, Jacob's trouble. It said once again, if a man lean, trust or depend, it will go into his hand. And Pierce says, so is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him, all that trust in his system and his influence, his abomination, his mischievous device. So one thing about it that man, it is here, it is at the door. So some of the causes, if you take it, let's get this one right quick, then we'll go back, then we'll get a few more. Let's go here and get this one right quick. Revelation chapter, so is the toxicity, or the tox is going to be toxic. So we know right here, if that's something bursts in there, whatever, like we already know, it will cause a cancerous or some type of a grievous sore. So let's get this right quick. It said Revelation chapter 6 and verse 2 said and the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a newsome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. So one thing about it is that's exactly what's going to happen. A lot of people are going to take this grain of rice under the skin, and some kind of way it's going to cause some type of sore to come upon your skin. Also, that's going to be punishment and judgment from Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Also, that lake of fire, you getting ready to feel the fire. The Lord said, do not take it. So let's read it in the NLT. It says, so the first angel left the temple and poured out his bowl on the earth, and horrible malignant sore broke out on everyone who had the mark, or the charagma, or that badge of servitude of the beast, and who worship his statue. So one thing about it is that, this system, this image, what I'm saying? And one thing about it is that, a lot of people is going to conform. A lot of people are going to line up. They're not going to trust. They're not going to lean or depend on who? Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. That's why the Lord said, lean not on your own understanding, but trust and believe in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. And so a lot of these people right here are going to have a grievous cancerous sore that is not going to heal. It's going to be judgment from Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua if you take that mark, or the charagma, that badge of servitude. So now let's go here. So a lot of people right now, are getting ready to be tried. So let's go here. Let's go to this video. I think it's about five minutes and 33, but we'll get most of it. But it's got a lot of good information. Also, it's very edifying. So let's go with the video.
The idea of implanting a microchip into your body is no longer science fiction. In the future, after a quick implantation procedure, you could be able to simply point at a vending machine to access your favorite drink. Doctors would be able to read your vital signs while you're at home. By waving your hand, you could unlock your front door or pay for your train tickets. And this is just the beginning. People around the world are already installing RFID chips into their bodies. Why? Microchip implants have evolved from something reserved for the most dedicated biohackers on Reddit to a useful daily tool. Like Elon Musk's Neuralink, microchipping has its roots in the philosophic idea of transhumanism. This theory states that humans will eventually evolve beyond their physical and mental limitations using science and technology. Microchipping could be a stepping stone for this cyborg evolution. Currently, RFID chips can only perform basic functions, so we still have a ways to go. Likewise, there are serious questions about the implants, ranging from long-term toxicity to hacking and privacy. For some, microchipping feels too close to an episode of Black Mirror. But this has not stopped companies from developing commercial microchips, or a growing number of people from implanting them. However, RFID technology is not as new as you might think. But what is an RFID chip? Radio Frequency Identification Technology, or RFID, has been around for decades. RFID luggage tags are used to make sure your bag gets to the right place. RFID ear tags are used to register and track livestock throughout the United States. Every day, pets safely receive RFID implants, just in case they ever get lost. You probably already have an RFID chip on your contactless credit card. RFID implants used for humans are microchips about the size of a grain of rice, encased in a biosafe glass tube. The implant is inserted into the top of your hand, right under the skin. It comfortably sits between your thumb and index finger. Passive RFID chips, like those used for implants, do not have a power source. They rely entirely on the reader as their power source. You can think of them almost like a barcode. In 1998, British scientist Kevin Warwick, also known as Captain Cyborg, became known as the first human to receive an RFID implant. University of Reading researchers monitored Warwick as he walked through the halls while operating tagged doors, heaters, and lights around the building without ever needing to touch them. Nonetheless, the development and adoption of RFID implants have been slow. In the early 2000s, American companies like Verichip tried to create their own healthcare-oriented microchip implants, only to later realize that 90% of Americans were not comfortable with the technology. The broader concern is that chip technology could be used to track people's movements. Before the company's growth was halted, Verichip proposed using the implants to track and monitor migrant workers. It is not hard to imagine that the chips could be abused. RFID chips present a potential security risk too, as it is possible to hack them. And in the long term, there are a lot of questions about toxicity. But there is some good news. A new wave of tech startups is working on safer RFID chips. The tech startup 3 Square Market is developing the next generation of commercial microchip implants. They believe that the benefits of implanting RFID technology into the body far outweigh any potential anxieties about them. These next-generation RFID chips could store important medical information, control automated home appliances, read vital signs, provide a more secure method of logging into smart devices, and even control your car. The possibilities are endless. They could also be used to track your loved ones, like your children or aging parents. The RFID chips offered by companies like Dangerous Things are programmable, giving users control over the code in the implant. And if this sounds like something you would like to try now, you can buy a chip implant kit directly off their website. In tech-optimist countries like Sweden, a growing amount of residents are already getting microchips implanted under their skin. The interest of implants is moving beyond just a trend. There are growing communities across the internet that are dedicated to RFID implants, and medical companies are investing resources into perfecting them. The only thing preventing widespread adoption is the public's concerns.
We seeing that we're very close to this technology, man. We are very, very close. So we seeing that we're here, and in that day they shall know that a prophet was among them. So these RFD microchips, alive and well. So we see it right here that it said it's a long term effect. It's saying it's a concern about the toxicity of having under your skin for a long period of time. So I just read. Let's read it once again. It said Revelation chapter 16, verse 2, and the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noosome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the charagma, so of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. So that's exactly what's going to happen to a lot of people that, they're going to be having a lot of people have these things in them right now. So, in Sweden, different parts of the world, and right now, whether you believe it or not, this sea hip is coming. It be beginning to be what trending. But one thing about it, it's going to be a global event, and one thing about it, it's going to be mandatory. Either you take it or you're going to be cut off from society. Also, you will be what put to death. So things about to get real, and we constantly warn you. So now let's go to Revelation chapter 13 to the heart and meat of the lesson. We already knowing that if you take it, you are going to have a date in that lake of fire, which in fact is the second death. And what is the lake of fire? America. You know what I'm saying? America is going to be a lake of fire. This place is going to be hit with so many IBCM missiles. You know what I'm saying, man? 200 million, just a number. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, this place is getting ready to be lit up. Let's start here. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16, it says, and he causes all, both small, great, rich, and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Also, it said that forehead is going into that Neuralink, by Elon Musk, and also many others that's also designing these brain chip implants, and also it's going to go into your right hand, RFD microchip, that grain of rice. You know what I'm saying? It basically is telling you right here. It said causes all. That means it's going to be a global event. Is no one is going to escape. And one thing about it, everyone is going to be tried. The hour of temptation, or the hour of technology, when this man bring forth this new system that he's trying to put into play, this new beast system. So let's read it once again. Let's read it in NLT. It says, he requires everyone, small, great, rich, and poor, free and slave, to be given a mark or the badge of servitude, the grain of rice, the charagma, on their right hand or in their forehead. The Neuralink, these lying wonders, you know what I'm saying, dealing with AI, you know what I'm saying, they'll be dealing with your digital IDs, biometrics. These things are coming into play. We're constantly warning you, so it's coming full circle. It is right at the door. War is constantly brewing. Also, what I'm saying, they get ready to set up this new system or the new way of doing things. But they imagine a vain thing. We knowing that the Lord is transitioning us over into what the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. Verse 17, it said, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So it's going to be dealing with your transaction, these barcodes, the QR codes, you know what I'm saying, the point of transaction. So you won't be able to go in like convenience store or somewhere you want to get anything, anything dealing with food, water, medical supplies, things that you need, your necessity, your support. You know what I'm saying? You will not be able to buy or sell if you do not take this mark, this charagma under the skin, RFID, you know what I'm saying? Radio frequency identification, you know what I'm saying? C-hip. So, hey, this is where we at. So right now, a lot of people going to still want to have a sense of normalcy. A lot of people still want to provide for their family, gonna want to have a sense of normalcy, want to be want to keep the good old days, if we'll say it, but it's no more good old day. The days are evil, and these evils are constantly growing right before our eye. A lot of people right now have a strong delusion, and the Lord's going to choose your delusion. You know what I'm saying? You'll get ready to be unalive. Verse 18, if you take it under the skin. Verse 18, and one thing about it, if you're not a part of the elect, you're going to take it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Or the Lord, you're going to give it in horrific ways. Judgment from the Lord. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 18 say, here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, 66. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, man, let's read that again. It said, let me read it again. I think I kind of bushed Revelation chapter 13 and verse 18 again. Here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, 666. So one thing about it, that's that badge of servitude. And one thing about tri-style stigma, you know what I'm saying? When you go to, them ancient Roman soldiers, they had a tattoo. I think it had what, SPR, was it SPOR? You know what I'm saying? It was identifying mark that they who they belong to, or what unit or whatever, and so forth. So you understand. So one thing about this man is trying to make you a perpetual slave, and who has wisdom, the wise, the prudent, starting with the prophets, and also what the true believers of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, we will not bend or fold. So you seen in that video these things right there, saying that they putting it right in your face. They saying like it's trending. It's very safe. It's very harmless. It's very convenient. One thing about it, is that we're here to help you. That's why the Lord said, never trust thy enemy. So when all hell break loose, this is going to be their solution. You know what I'm saying? To constantly to make you a perpetual slave, tracking and tagging, total what? Surveillance, dealing with what? Face recognition, palm reading, you know what I'm saying? What? Eye retina scan. All these things are coming into play. A lot of people think that they just showing all these things in the movie. This technology already been here. There is no new thing under the sun. So now let's go to our last and final script, because I done talked long enough. And one thing about it, we goes over these things left and right, but hey, the Lord said, keep not silent. Warn them for me. That means get on your asses. Because one thing about it, when the Lord bring it, there will be no more talking. So let's start here, verse 7. It says here, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 7, it said, for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So with the mystery of iniquity, the man of sin, which in fact Esau Edom, we seeing right now that his works, what he's trying to accomplish, we seeing that he's trying to get that advantage, but he said he will now let until he be taken out. What that he is talking about Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. So we in that short season. We know that the devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath, but the Lord is getting ready to cut him off. Let's see here. Let's go to verse 8. He said, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, the prophets and the highways and byways, making these video pistols, said, with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So when the Lord return, that great fathership, along with the thousands of heaven, the Lord's get ready to take this man out. Going to take all these kingdoms down, all these nations down. It's going to be only one nation, Yasharala. And one thing about it, the Lord is getting ready to bring it forth. So, that wicked has been revealed, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. We're seeing it happening right before our eye. He's constantly getting consumed by this wisdom, this knowledge, this understanding, the mouth of the Lord, which in fact are the prophet, the one that's constantly sighing and crying, the one that a lot of people constantly scoffing and mocking. But in that day, you're in for a rude awakening. The Lord's getting ready to show a whole lot of people what time that we're living in. Very soon, the Lord's getting ready to show forth his great glory and his great power. Verse 9 said, to even him who is come is after the workings of Satan, with all powers and signs and lying wonders. So we seen in that video who is coming after the working of Satan. who is the physical counterpart of Satan, that which in fact is Esau, Edom, the modern day so-called white man, not white, red. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, that's what he's coming with, this counterfeit power, this counterfeit technology. These signs and miracles. You know what I'm saying? Telling you about this Neuralink. You'll be smarter. You know what I'm saying? We can cure blindness. You can be able to run faster. You'll be stronger. You know what I'm saying? All these things. You'll be immortals. The list go on and on. If you're paralytic, you'll be able to walk again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all sorts of things that they bringing it forward. Let's read it in the NLT said, this man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit power and signs and miracles. That's exactly what's happening. A lot of people going to trust and depend. They're going to lean. And one thing about it will be your shame and it will be your confusion. So a lot of people right now, they looking at these things, they're very amazed, they're very excited. But one thing about it will only lead to your death and your destruction. The Lord said, do not take it. Trust and believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Verse 10, it said, and with all deceivingness and unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Verse 11 said, and for this cause, the Almighty Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. And one thing about it, so that's what the Lord is going to let you believe, that lie, because what? You are constantly being rebellious. You're constantly Spising the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You constantly adding sin to sin. And one thing about it, the Lord is going to just let you go over, be a reprobate, good for nothing. And one thing about it, and the Lord said he would chew your delusions. Verse 12 said, that they all might be damned who believed not the truth, but had pleasures in unrighteousness. So that's exactly what's going to happen. All of them going to be damned. Going to be damned to that lake of fire, that second death. Also a horrific death. Because one thing about it, you did not trust. You did not lean or depend on your true power, which in fact is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. He's the only way. He is the only answer. And the only one that's going to make it out of here alive is the elect. The true believers of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, also with the house of David. And we're constantly warning you left and right. Let's get one more. We'll close out here. So in that day, so when these come to pass, these prophecies, so we seeing these things right now, they are putting it right in front of your face. It's really self-explanatory at this particular time. Only the election will attain it, and the rest was blinded. It's plain and simple. It's at the door. It's right in front of our faces, and it's getting ready to go down. Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 33 said, and when this cometh to pass, what come to pass? These prophecies, the signs of the times, said, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet had been among them. So it's plain and simple. You get ready to find out that these men that you were scoffing the mouth, the one that was in the highways and byways, the one that you said wasn't this and wasn't that, you get ready to find out they were the true men of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, the 144, you know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, man, the Lord is getting ready to do a mighty work. We're seeing that these prophecies are speaking loud and clear. We're seeing that things are coming to a close. We're seeing that these prophecies are being fulfilling. We're almost at that sad measure. And one thing about it, we already know that the evil is sown. But what is sown is good is what? The kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. It's right in front of our face. All we must do is keep persevering, keep pushing, keep believing, keep the faith. And the Lord is going to do the rest. The Lord is coming. The second coming of our Lord and Savior is at the door. So the title of the day's lesson, once again, is Endtime News, Rfid Implants. So I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rekak Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.